Okay, response video to Luke. He responded to my inquiries, and it really, seriously. Well, anyway, here's a quote from one of his comments on his new video. I'm not against the law prohibiting this scenario, but the law should not be forced on anyone. I mean, you can't force the law on anybody. What's the fucking point of having the fucking law? Oh, I mean, I guess let's take the last part first. I thought it was pretty funny, the line you had. Oh shit, now I can't find it. The bad smell scenario of the pig farmer, and that, yeah, you basically conceded tough shit. Yeah, you have to live with the bad smell. It seems quite obvious that you've never been to a pig farm. There's no way you could just live with the smell, all right? Your property would be worth nothing, okay? Zero. Nobody in the right mind would want your property. It would be worth nothing. You couldn't resell it. You couldn't do anything with it but evacuate. Just walk away. Oh, a total loss if that happened to you. If somebody exercised their private property rights and just basically fucked you. And so that sort of does relate to the other property right issue that you just completely avoided. I mean, what a stupid answer. So if somebody, some rich person, decided to buy a state, your argument is that nobody would have to sell their land to him. Well, that's really stupid, I mean, you'll have no context. You really don't understand history at all. There's this country called Israel that was created, and how it was created. Well, basically the people who were living there were told, well, this is going to be a Jewish state now, and you either sell your property to us or you're going to live in a country where you'll have no rights. Okay, so you either sell or forget it. You got no life. So of course everybody sold, everybody left, because they knew they weren't going to want to be Jews. If I want to buy Wyoming, yeah, all I got to do is buy a few choice pieces, and then I just start extorting people off their land. I just say, look, you don't sell me your property for, I'll give you a fair price. I'll give you $500,000 or whatever the price would be. You don't want to sell it to me? Well, there's going to be a pig farm, just west of you, and your land isn't going to be worth shit, and your life isn't going to be worth shit. You're not going to have a life. You're going to have no life. So either sell to me now and get the fuck off my state, or pay the consequences. And so people would just be extorted off the land. It's easy enough to be done, and it would happen, Luke. You can't keep pretending that rich people are benevolent and wonderful people. I mean, go to the south of France. Imagine what Cuba was like before Castro. Okay, Cubans didn't own their own fucking country. Everybody was a renter in their own country, and that's how a fucking America would be under anarchy. The people would own nothing. The rich would own everything, and they would do just like they do in Hollywood. They would just buy and have nice places and nice gardens and nice everything, and they'd water the grass all they want while people drop dead for a lack of water. So don't pretend. Don't play this game that people aren't terribly self-interested, and that the only thing that keeps people under control is the fact that we do have a thing called government, that we do have some responsibility. And the great thing about government is that we don't vote for certain things that even we would want, just because we don't want somebody else to do it to us. And so we don't want to give them the power to fuck with us. And so that's the check and the balance that government creates. But without that check and balance, yeah, we're all going to get very petty very quickly. We're going to find reasons to hate certain people and to treat them differently. And it's just bullshit to think it would happen any other way. And we've already, like I said, we've already seen it happen. I mean, the rich people don't live with the poor people. They try to keep the poor people out. I've seen it in my own goddamn town. I mean, per capita here is 99%, rich, this, that, and they don't even let, they'll throw away state money for housing subsidies and whatnot, rather than build housing that poor people might live in, because they don't want any poor people in the goddamn town. So it's just bullshit. You're just so full of shit. The whole democracy thing, I mean, you're all over the place. I mean, I read in the comments somewhere you said you don't believe in any democracy, you believe in a democracy of one. I mean, is there going to be a democracy or not? I mean, if a town, is a town going to publicly decide to buy insurance, or is it just going to be the individuals in the town, maybe 20% of the town or 10% of the town will decide to buy insurance? And so when the rescuers come, only those 10% get picked up, right? I mean, and the poor people are left out altogether, right? And your analogy was the squirrel thing. Like, if the squirrels aren't responsible, and if they don't take care of business, well, then tough shit on the squirrels, right? They got to save the nuts. Well, that's fine if you're rich. It's easy to do it then, right? It's very easy to buy all kinds of fucking insurance if you got the money. But if you're poor, well, fuck you, right? That's the answer. And then you can just yell at them and say, well, you didn't fucking do what you needed to fucking do, asshole. So I'd ask you, what does the rich fuck, well, you know, the inheritance fucker, the fucker who is born to his property and born to wealth, what the fuck does he do? What squirrel-like behavior did he conduct to fall out of the right vagina? What exactly did that squirrel do that earned that squirrel the protection of being able to secure these protections that the poor squirrel can't? I don't think that squirrel did a motherfucking thing. I think you know it. And so right there, your anarchy fails on the failure test, fails on the fairness test. It just dismally fails. So your squirrel analogy is shit. Because most of the goddamn squirrels with money now didn't do a goddamn fucking thing to earn any of it. Not a fucking thing. So let's see. Yeah, I would make the argument, look, democracy is better than any other choice. Obviously, benevolent dictator would be fine, but as I've said, it's unreliable. You can't be sure of it. Democracy is sloppy, but it has less potential to be as destructive as dictatorship gone wrong. It's less dangerous, safer. Anyway, then you're complaining about video responses. I've made like 3 or 4 video responses to you. I mean, really, I don't think it's been that bad, you know. You're just so full of shit. Yeah, arrogant dick, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. You talk about arrogant dicks. You should listen to your own fucking videos. The way you talk about shit. You know, you're the arrogant dick, and you're an uninformed dick, which makes you that much more dangerous.
Road thing again. 50 people, you know, you're talking about towns with 50 people. Guess what? Nobody in a town of 50 people is going to own any fucking goddamn roads worth anybody driving on. So get real there. And, you know, you completely just said, I don't know, to the ownership issues regarding the Mississippi River. I don't know. That was your fucking answer. I don't know where the money goes. I don't know who gets to buy them. So, I mean, it's a fucking important goddamn question. The most valuable resources in this country, some of them are owned by the federal government, by the public. So I think it's pretty important to explain how those resources are going to be put into private hands in some kind of equitable manner. You dumb shit. Again, you ask, why would somebody sell their property? Yeah, you'd sell your property if, guess what? If every day you walked outside and smelled pig shit, you'd sell your property pretty goddamn fast. You know, you're just such an asshole. All right, then getting to the whole pollution issue with the Mississippi, you just completely skirted the important point. And I'll make a local example. You think local communities are so superior. No, they're just as fucking corrupt as the federal government. I know it because I've dealt with them. And in this town, right now, we would be polluting the stream that our sewage is going, our treated wastewater is going into. Because the people don't want to pay for sewage treatment. They get outraged. Oh my God, my bill's going up $10 a month. Fuck that. They'd rather pollute the fucking stream. And that would be their local decision. If they had the power to make a local decision to put more pollution into the goddamn stream, they would. And the only thing stopping them is the state government and the federal government. If it wasn't for those two forces, and those two forces with their substantial power, their fucking power to enforce the fucking law, to impose the fucking law, yeah, that's exactly what they would do. They would just fuck the people downstream. They don't care about the people goddamn downstream. They don't care about the ecology. They care about their $10 fucking dollars. And that's the reality we live in, Luke. So what you're talking about is just bullshit. And the Mississippi River would be absolute shit. It is shit now, but it would be 500 times more shitty. And another issue that's important to discuss is, without any federal government, without any federal controls, what would stop me from strip mining, let's say, a property? And so I bring a bunch of minerals to the surface. I do a lot of ecological potential damage. It doesn't happen right away. You know, at first it's benign, but 10 years later it starts leaching into everybody's drinking water. So I just bring a bunch of minerals to the surface, a bunch of toxic compounds, and I take off. How are you going to find me? You don't have any federal system. You know, I could grow a beard, move to Bill Gates' state or somebody else's state, and how the hell would you even find me? You wouldn't be tracking anybody. Nobody would have social security numbers. Nobody would have any ID of any kind. Nobody paying any taxes. There'd be no way to catch me. So how would you even catch criminals? People could murder people. They drive 5 miles away and they've disappeared. They've driven off the face of the world, as far as you know, because there's going to be no organization that's going to be able to clock all these people and take track of them. There's not going to be police forces. They're all going to have everybody's ID and know who everybody is. And so everybody's fucked. Everybody's just going to get raped and pillaged all over the fucking goddamn place, because there's going to be no fucking way to catch criminals. And so people, like I said, and they're going to be massive criminals. I mean, people who could make millions of dollars, rape the land, and then just take off. They just disappear, you know, grow a mustache, and they're moved to, you know, Ted Turnerville, and that's it. They're gone. So whatever. You're just so full of shit. You know, you didn't touch one issue. You don't explain how any of this can work. Not any of it.